think you got it, then pull up and bet me. I'm keeping it solid and just being honest. You ain't gotta like me, but gotta respect me, make it. Boy, if you ain't talking paper, I tell shorty spin around and watch it. Every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah, I just pull up to the crib and then boy, if you ain't talking paper, I tell shorty spin around and watch it. Every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah, I just pull up to the crib and then
Everybody's got a song called Rockstar, running up the pop charts, they do. I've been Houdini with my commas, my mama getting all these new tattoos. And I ain't saying that I'm Nickelback, kicking it in Cali with today's Susu, but everybody's got a song called Rockstar. Lately I've been feeling like one, so I wrote one too, and it goes like. Yeah, I got all my idols sliding in my DMs. They got me dead cause they said that I'm killing it. Started out with drugs and hunting season. Now I got my metal up like a kid again. Wasn't trying to make it, then I went and made it. Then I made a song about and they played it. Dang, it's been a good run for a lucky redneck, but I still got a box to check. Cause everybody's got a song called Rockstar, running up the pop charts, they do. I've been Houdini with my commas, my mama getting all these new tattoos. And I ain't saying that I'm Nickelback, kicking it in Cali with today's Susu, but everybody's got a song called Rockstar. Lately I've been feeling like one, so I wrote one too, and it goes like. Everybody's got a song called Rockstar, running up the pop charts, they do. I've been Houdini with my commas, my mama getting all these new tattoos. And I ain't saying that I'm Nickelback, kicking it in Cali with today's Susu, but everybody's got a song called Rockstar. Lately I've been feeling like one, so I wrote one too, and it goes like.
Before he entered, don't you hang with the ops talking about he don't remember, trying to copy what I do. You was not a printer, cooped up, mate. Get they suit tucks begging. I ain't even got $2 for you. Roll call when I'm coming with me. No, this ain't jump ball, you can't jump with me. Ballin' jump, man, touch hands. We bout to bump then, better bang yours, cause I bang mine. Game time. Game time.
Oh, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you get a look inside Rocket Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Buffalo Bills. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? On the return, Trey Palmer. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Right to the air goes Dart. Short throw caught by Bowers. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 39.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now they'll change things around before the snap. On 1st down, back to Achane. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll go play action here with Dart. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. When you look at this Buffalo defense, they really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. A give running left now, Guerrero. And he works free. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And the Lions 1st down.
Throwing his Dart. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Brock Bowers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
Bills nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead.
Yeah, you gotta make that substitution. We gotta make that substitution.
Now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. A handoff running left is ETN. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts.
Fuck! Nigga was wide open.
And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And all of that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
That's another deep
Dart going to look to throw here. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Out of the gun is a give to Achane. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Here's Dart. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw, Dart. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. This ball complete.
How the fuck did he catch that? Get the fuck out of here.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing his Dart.
Oh my God.
Throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right. Visiting kickers for years have had trouble with field goals here in Buffalo. The winds off nearby Lake Erie can really play havoc with your ability to aim the football correctly. And we saw an example right there. No good. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lane. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
10 yards on the pickup.
That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Back at the 44-yard line.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not much happening offensively here early on. That's 2 drives and 0 first down. This defense, they've come to play, and they're the better of the 2 units here so far.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. The drive starts with a run from Achane. Fighting through. He's got space. He may go. Touchdown.
What the fuck was that?
Devon Achane. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0.
Wild.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now ETN to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here's Hurts to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Intended for Dalton Kincaid. Incomplete. Channing Tindall on the coverage.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
A give left side. Here's Achane. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Here's Dart. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Lions first down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, running right, Achane. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and ring it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Here's 2nd and 10. Dart. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw now, Dart. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20.
That's good for a Lions first down. A gain of 43 yards. And the Lions
looking to throw, Dart. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Bowers. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to the ground, Achane. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Devon Achane, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Right after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now Hurts looking to change the play.
At the Lions' 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. His throw incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Hurts. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
A 10-yard gain, but it's 4th down.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And a former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. The Lions now. Are going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself.
Get the fuck out of here.
Picked up by Damone Clark. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
It's taken in by Quentin Johnston.
He's catching everything. Like everything.
23 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
36-yard line.
To the air, Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 124 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
It's 2nd down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Up the middle, Etienne. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
To throw is Dart. And able to get him down, but he does reached the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this first and goal.
They'll run. Achane. Powerful running, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Devon Achane with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0.
Bills nothing. Cam Little to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
That's to Lane. He's got it outright. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Second down and 6 now. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Finding ETN here, catching it on the out route. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught downfield, it's Lane. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight.
Better not be another.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Oh, fucking son.
Drake London as the first half is winding down. And the Bills are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll throw now on the final play. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Harrison Jr. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. They'll try and throw for it. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is into the end zone.
That's fucking ridiculous.
So 2 more on the board here just before halftime.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Cam Little to kick off.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Cam Little to kick off.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. He'll look to ETN to start things out. And taken down just shy of the 40. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now...
Where the fuck are you going in?
...and established control of the line of scrimmage.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. That is caught. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Hurts changing up the play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Caught here right side, no. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
That's another Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. He'll drop this one off with ETN. Now a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now
well, looks like they'll move things around here.
At the 30-yard line.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
15-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
I mean, they did it again.
And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Calling the wrong fucking people.
He's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. He'll get this off to ETN. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. ETN bringing in another one. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Play action. Here's Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills drive stalls out on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. Running left, Achane. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Well, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10. Dart going to look to throw here. They set up the screen. Achane has it. Sheds off the tackle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Detroit.
Dart. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw, Dart. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. To throw, Dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Achane. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Achane is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Cam Little to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. And he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Here's Dart.
Oh, what the fuck?
Touchdown, Detroit. Brock Bowers, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions have taken a 6-touchdown lead. And this is going to be caught. I'm not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it. They'll extend this lead out even further.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. We got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Hurts. Down the field, he's got Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
He'll drop to throw.
Again, I did it again.
Intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
I did it again.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Look that shit
So it
again.
feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
They go play action with Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 31 yards. That's good for the Lions. 1st down. A gain of 31
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing, Dart. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Hurts going to move him around. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Lane. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 25-yard line.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
The Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Straight ahead, ETN. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
1 yard gain.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Bills on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
13 yards on the play. That's another Bills 1st down. first and goal at the 9-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Travis Etienne from 8 yards out. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Lions 51, Bills 14.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. On the pass. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
The Bills take over first and 10.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
That's caught downfield. It's Lane. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jaron Lane, 39 yards. And the Bills take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Grupe able to add the PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Finally got a turnover.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have...
It made this nigga like O.J. Simpson out this bitch.
You taking care of business? Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing his dart.
Oh, how do you get that wide open?
That is caught downfield.
Fucking face, bro.
Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Harrison Jr. halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Lions are on their way to a 2-0 start. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
blunt tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll short a defense.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Throwing is Hurts.
Golly.
Really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Here's Hurts to throw. That is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Screenplay, here's ETN. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Back to throw again. And this is caught inside the 5. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Here's Ruby for the PAT.
I guess I had to wait till the 4th quarter to finally figure out some shit.
But flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, wow.
That ball caught by Harrison. And he will get into the end zone.
Okay.
It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week, boss man. Oh, without a doubt, the head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Bills 28. Cam Little to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things.
And he's across for the touchdown.
Yeah, knock on his ass.
But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is
very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So it's safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
A point after, good by Grupe. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And able to get this one across the 45 before it's brought down.
It's a gain of 11. And the Lions first down.
To throw is Dart. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
I think this is just going to be a function of the time we live in now. Very similar to the
good game
in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into the next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
On the counter, BTN. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's London. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. They'll go play action here with Dart. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
The Lions will
they'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
77. Bills 35. Cam Little to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 29-yard line.
Real quick. Maybe you only rap to pay the bills. Now I'm fitted, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you sold, but still sold on the earth. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf. Oh Lord.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive?
Oh, my
and his
God.
pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Savon Revel. And he brings it back.
Bumping into each other a lot.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun is Dart. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So, Charles, they are well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. They put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive performance.
All right, take a look at your roster and we'll see.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Hurts. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. A throw left side, hauled in by Lane. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Throwing from the gun here, Dart. And this one is incomplete.
Good game.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and really